Hey guys, and welcome back once more to the HellfireComms livestream. We are back with the return of Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age, and a lot has happened in this game, and a lot has happened in real life since the last time that we streamed this game. Unfortunately, a lot of things ended up happening that made it impossible to continue this playthrough for a while, and we've also changed co-comms. Due to Tom being sick and a couple other things going on, we have decided to have Axel here as the co-com, so say hi, Axel.
Hi, Axel.
Yeah, I kind of figured you were going to say that. So as a quick refresher, while we go through the start of this little mini dungeon we have here, I am going to read off some notes that I wrote about what happened at the start of this game leading up to this, because it's been like 8 months since the last time we streamed this game.
A word of caution before we set out.
So, the game starts with the Arcadian Empire invading the country of Dalmasca. They murder the king and frame Bosch for it. 2 years later, Vaughn breaks into the palace and steals the Dawn Shard. He gets trapped in the waterway with Balthier and Fran. They meet Amalia, who is the leader of the Dalmascan resistance. All four of them are captured. Vaughn, Fran, and Balthier are taken to the prison in Nalbina. They escape by punching a few thugs and then find Bosch, who was supposed to have been executed by that point. They all fall from the prison into the Barheim Passage. They escape from the passage, which leads into the Dalmascan Desert. And when they return to Rabanastre, Vaughn reconciles his differences with Bosch because he had blamed Bosch for his brother Rex dying during the part where the king died a couple years ago. And then he also discovers that his childhood friend Pinello has been kidnapped. This laser grid was not on when I walked through here a second ago. I guess I'm just going to have to trigger that. So they convince Fran and Balthier to fly them to the sky city of Bujerba in order to track down Pinello. They run into a guy who's going by the name of Lamont, who joins them in their trip, and they go into the Magicite mines, which is where Pinello is supposed to be being held. They find some bounty hunters that were chasing after Balthier, and it turns out that they had already let Pinello go. Lamont turns out to be the prince of the Arcadian Empire named Larsa. He escapes and the whole party is chased out of the mines. Larsa runs into Pinello and they end up kind of running away, and Pinello is almost caught by the Imperial Guards, but Larsa saves her from getting in trouble, and they go on their own way while the party runs around while Vaughn is yelling something about Bosch. Not really sure what that was all about.
Bosch lives!
They get taken to see the Marquis of Bujerba, who it turns out was actually working with the Empire the whole time. The party is captured and taken aboard the Leviathan, where they find out that Amalia, who they met in the waterway, was actually Princess Ash, who had supposedly taken her life after the death of her father 2 years prior. And that has caught everyone up to where we are in the game right now. That was a bit more rambly than I was expecting it to be, but I tried to cut as much of the fluff in the story as I could when I was writing that out earlier.
I mean, there is a lot that happens between the start of the game and now, so yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch going on, and I didn't talk anything about Vaughn going to get the Sunstones and all of that, because it's really just completely unimportant to what's actually going on in the game. It's kind of just set up for Pinello being introduced, and I really need a healer in my party. No one in my party is a healer.
Uh-oh.
I think Fran has Cure, so let's add... Yeah, okay. Even as a Black Mage, Fran's still going to have Cure anyway. So the Leviathan, where we are now, is actually a really good place to rack up enemy chains, if you can actually manage to defeat a bunch of the Imperial soldiers. Because no matter which type of soldier you run into, they all count as the same enemy type, which is really nice. Except for the fact that you can also get some Mastiff dogs to show up, and they count as a different enemy type because they're not humans, I guess. So that will actually end up breaking the enemy chain, and yeah, really fucking annoying.
Stupid dog, you broke our chain. Ooga booga booga.
Yeah, something like that. Oh, this is actually where I was meant to go. Okay, I was kind of just running to places and not really paying attention.
Hooray, cutscenes.
I remember the Leviathan being a much more complicated dungeon entirely in terms of like what you had to do to get through it, but maybe I'm thinking of like the laboratories later in the game, because that has a fairly similar mechanic but is more complex. I am also probably ridiculously overpowered for this fight because I did a pretty decent bit of grinding after the previous session, which was, of course, again, 8 months ago. The other soldiers just kind of piss off after you beat the judges.
Yeah, it's like, oh crap, the judges are gone. Well, we're out of here. We can't take you on.
I mean, if we take out the judges, then surely the normal guys are going to be, like, worth nothing to fight against, so... I was like, hey, Xehanorto, welcome to the stream.
Hey, Xehanorto. Yeah, this place is it's fun to, like, get, like, a big chain, but the steals aren't really that good. It's mostly just potions, which is good if you need them, but do you?
Potions at this point are also kind of worthless anyway, so... Yeah. There's one of these that we need to open. Is it this one? Yes, it was this one. We're going to open all of the cell doors anyway, but particularly this one we needed to in order to rescue Ash.
It's nothing. I'll be fine.
We're actually very close to having our full party ready to go, because we're going to be regaining Pinello here momentarily as well.
We should hurry.
And actually very early on in the game to have our full party, I'm pretty sure, especially as far as Final Fantasy games go, because usually it's a pretty game-wide thing to get all your party members together, and even some games, I don't think you ever have every party member all at one time.
I was about to say Final Fantasy V, because like you get all 4 party members at the very beginning of the game, but one of them does get replaced, but they're pretty much like the same.
Okay.
So I don't know if that really counts.
Oh, alright. It's like Dragon Quest VIII, which only has 4 party members, and you get all of them fairly early on. Compared to Dragon Quest XI, which has 8 party members, I think, and one of them you get pretty late into the game, actually. I should probably mess with Ash's license board before I go buying stuff, so that I actually know what she's going to be. I don't remember anything of what I had set, like, plans for any of this, so I'm just probably going to pick something.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
I don't remember what I set Pinello as either.
Oh yeah, that's actually an interesting one.
Well, the nice thing is I can change jobs if I need to by going back to Rabanastre.
That's true.
For right now, I guess I'll make her... See, the other thing is I don't know if I have any weapons to equip.
Well, good news is you have a shop right in front of you.
Yeah, I guess so. I'll just make her something, and then if I can't use it, then I'll switch it later. Let's see. I think Time Battle Mage is going to be a good one to go for with her. It's one of those classes that doesn't get good until very late in the game, but I think once I get to that point, it's going to be really nice to have. And so now we get to the point where I have to spend a lot of time unlocking stuff on the license board, because that's just how this game is, especially when you get new party members.
Yeah. On the bright side, Time Battle Mage does get access to haste, which is like one of the best buffs in all of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, assuming that I actually have access to it, because I don't know if I do yet.
That's a really good point. I know you have access to slow, but it definitely doesn't seem like you would. At least not this early.
I'm just gonna get as much as I can. I'm not really paying attention much to what I'm actually picking here. Ether's Restore more MP is gonna be good. I should grab a few of these Gambit slots. The cheaper ones, at least. Remedy lures are always good because remedies are just kind of one of the best items if you need to, like, remove statuses and stuff.
For sure.
And you need the remedy lures in order to get more stuff. Yeah, I unlocked the license board for haste, but I don't have the spell itself. This game is stupid in that you need both of them enabled in order to use a spell, outside of specific cases like Fran always having Cure. And things like that.
Wait. You're wearing a hat. Do you have the license to wear that hat?
That's basically it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Those I definitely want. Decoy and Oil are both good spells.
Oil especially if you're fighting something that's weak to fire.
Oh yeah, for sure. See if anyone else has anything. I think I can get that dagger pretty soon. I wonder if I was waiting to grab a ninja sword on Vaughn. This is the problem of coming back to a game 8 months later and not having looked at anything at all. Because I have absolutely no fucking idea what I was doing with any of these characters.
Honestly, looking at all this, it's just reminded me like my time when playing the randomizer for it, which is... It's pretty bonkers, but we'll be showing that like a long time later once you're done with this.
Yeah, once we finish this playthrough on stream, I think we're going to try to do a randomizer, or Axel's going to try to do a randomizer of this.
Yeah.
Just to show that off. Yeah, this is Axel on CoComm. Previously was Tom, but of course, multiple reasons, Tom being sick and just not really being well versed with Final Fantasy led to us wanting to change to a different CoComm here. So I can get the crossbow for Ash. I think that's going to be the best thing to go for.
If I remember, you did play the original 12. Did you play the international Zodiac job system version?
I'm pretty sure I played some of it. I don't remember if I got all the way through the game, but I definitely emulated like some of it before Zodiac Age came out. And I've done a full playthrough of this, of course.
Yeah, because I remember like you did stream it like a long time ago. But I couldn't remember if it was the original 12 or if it was the IZJS version.
I'm pretty sure I did streams of both at some point or another. Oh, you don't actually have the license for crossbow. Did I not pick that up, or was that a different license entirely?
I think you didn't pick it up. I did see it.
No, you have the license for crossbow. I probably don't have any crossbow bolts. Is that what's going on?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think it uses ammo.
Let's see.
Oh, it's two-handed. Maybe take off the buckler?
I think I just don't have any bolts to use. Because it's
yeah.
showing that she has the license for it. I can see it there. The system is very convoluted.
It really is.
Let's see if the shop here has bolts that I can buy. Yes, that was actually correct. I do not have onion bolts. I must have sold them like a fucking idiot at some point. This is going great, guys.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. Let's go with the Iron Helm, because it's better. Oh, the Iron Armor is already equipped on someone. I guess I'll buy another set of that.
Yeah, the system is pretty convoluted, but at the same time, I actually prefer the Zodiac Age version, just because the original just made it so like everyone was a carbon copy of each other.
Yeah, everyone could be basically the same thing. Everyone had the same license board, aside from things that the espers would like allow you to do differently. which is still a thing here. You can get access to certain parts of the license board that you wouldn't otherwise have access to by selecting espers on certain people, which we have not gotten to yet and might get to in this session. It depends on how fast some of the upcoming stuff goes.
Majesty, we will cut
I
your
did
path.
ask if
I will not
it
place
would
my
be
trust
a
in
good
foreign
idea to
traitor.
restart,
Your trust
because
is
having a
wholly
new
lost,
co-com and
traitor.
everything.
I see
But
no other way.
sitting through the first 5 hours of a JRPG again doesn't sound interesting to play through or to watch through, so we're just continuing from here, and it's going to be what it is.
Her Majesty cannot abide
Yep.
weakness.
If nothing
Be
else,
someone
just
with
consider it another one of my casual
herself.
streams like I've been doing.
Reality of her plight.
Do you remember like when this game came out that there was the collector's edition version?
No, I don't know anything about that. I do know that this game came with a demo for Dragon Quest VIII, and I think Dragon Quest VIII had a demo for this game, if I recall correctly. Like, they shared those back and forth.
That part I did not know, because I actually was one of those people that bought the collector's edition of this.
Ah, okay.
So it's like, instead of like the typical PS2 plastic box, it was like a hard-covered box with a nice metal cover. And it came with a second CD that had like interviews and retrospects of all the Final Fantasy games.
Okay. Yeah.
I think like when I got home the day I got this, I put in the DVD and watched it instead of playing the game.
Oh, okay. That sounds
don't know
like what I
why.
used to do with KH1, where I would just sit through the opening movie over and over because I love the song so much.
And unfortunately for me, like when it comes to this game, it's like having played it with cheat codes that can actually like make things better. Like obviously in the original 12, you didn't have the speed up function, but there were cheat codes to make you run so fast that it didn't matter.
Oh, okay.
It was not really fun trying to play without it.
Speaking of running fast, I saw a stream that someone was doing a couple nights ago where they had something set up in KH2, but every time Sora levels up, his movement speed increases. And I think that would be really interesting for us to try at some point for one of the KH2 randomizers. Which, of course, I already told you about, but people watching don't know that.
Oh yeah, that's also true, yeah. Like, there's been like a lot of different ideas that have been coming out from the Kingdom Hearts modding community, especially lately because now OpenKH, the modding tool, software, whatever, is now compatible with the PC version, so...
You're cutting out, but we're recording locally, so everything should be fine.
Yeah, my internet seemed to have a hiccup for a sec.
Okay, well, it's fine. Everything's recorded locally, so that should be no problem whatsoever. I really hope I'm going the right way, because I need to find Penelo. Not like she can be left behind or anything, but I'd like to go ahead and, like, start getting her license board set up and stuff. Can I access a map? Yes, I can. That is where I need to go. Oh, I am a long way away from where I need to go then. I guess I'll just be going this way then. This is back the way we came from, isn't it? I'm very confused. Oh, okay, I see what happened.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, if you go to, like, where those gears are, that might be where you have to go to get to the X.
No, I just went out the wrong doorway is what happened. Instead of going out the side, I should have gone out the north exit. And this should be the room where I find Penelo again here in just a moment. Yep, here's the cutscene.
There we go.
Vaughn.
The friends are finally reunited,
It's okay. We're
and this is pretty much the end of their importance
These
in the
nerds have
story.
escaped. You must hurry.
It's really sad that they really tried to make the entire... They wanted to make the entire party important, but they just kind of forgot about that halfway through the game, and it really comes down to Ash, Bosch, and Balthier being the main characters.
Yeah, and one of the things that this game has gone over the years is like the comparison to Star Wars and all that. And it was months ago where someone kind of did like a retrospect of this game specifically, and then pretty much said, no, it's not anywhere near Star Wars. Everyone is wrong.
I mean, there's definitely some comparisons that one can make. What with the Empire and the Sky Pirates and stuff like that. But I don't think it's meant to be like a direct translation or comparison or anything like that.
Yeah. It's just like one of those things that like people did start exaggerating over the years, though, as time went on. Like, I can see some of the similarities, but it's also like, some of it's kind of a stretch.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so Penelo was a red mage. Good that I did not pick that for Ash then, although once again I can, like, redo all of my selections later on once I get back to Rabanastre. Once again, I'm going to spend time getting all my licenses set up because Penelo's kind of worthless right now if I don't do this. After how fast the gameplay is, this screen seems so fucking slow.
It really is.
That's also because I am streaming this at 30 FPS, where the previous stuff that I've been doing has been 60. And that's because the previous videos that I did were at 30, even though I don't actually know what frame rate the Switch version runs at. I assume it's locked to 30 because Switch, but it might actually be able to play this at 60, I don't know.
You know what? I will do a quick check on that.
I'm just grabbing random things. I don't know what, if anything, is actually good for Red Mage, but I imagine having more spells is going to be a good thing no matter what. And of course, grabbing more of my quickenings is always going to help.
Let's see, if it's docked, it's a 1080p, but 30 FPS.
Ah, okay, yeah, so that makes sense. That's kind of what I figured. Of course, I am playing docked right now because, well, you wouldn't be able to watch it if it weren't docked, because you can't capture from the handheld version of the Switch. Okay, I think that is a pretty good setup for now. I'm going to leave my party basically like this. I don't know why I keep pressing that button to look at the map. That's not correct. I should... Yeah, I'm actually going to press correct buttons for once and put Penelo in my party because I do want to have a healer for the boss fight that's about to happen. And Fran having Cure, or Fran having Car, whichever I was trying to say there, is not going to handle it by herself.
Can she even drive a car? I mean, we see her drive vehicles in this game, so I would assume that she could drive a car.
She could drive a bike. You can get that bike in Final Fantasy XIV if you have tons of patience and time. And luck. It's one of the most annoying mounts to get.
Always with the luck.
The Empire requires you no more.
Huh.
Nom nom nom.
Turns out this thing was important or something. Who knew?
Yeah.
I may not be able to use magic, but I could still cave your head in with this thing in my hand.
This bladed fan.
I guess that's what that is.
And a sword.
So if you have Ash in your party for this fight, my dude over here will focus on her, and I don't actually have Gambit set up for Pinello, so I should do that.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah, the Gambit system was like one that I initially hated, just because of the whole, like, oh, the game plays itself, so, like, why do I need to do anything? But at the same time, because of how the game plays, I've actually opened up to it and be like, you know what, I really am glad that the Gambit system exists.
Yeah, also I probably need something stronger than just Cure. Do we have Cura right now? I don't think I do.
Nope, you do not.
Might be time for some high potions then. There we go.
If you want an interesting strategy from the guide, I can give you that.
I did read the guide, so I know pretty much what that's about.
Okay.
The fight's basically over, though, because it ends when it gets to 20%. I do need to basically heal everyone, though. Toss some high potions at everyone. Oh, Vaughn hasn't used his yet because he's in the queue. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Judge Geese, go fuck yourself.
Yes, let's go with the quickenings.
This is probably going to kill just from a couple of these.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
I think getting 3 different ones activates Inferno, which will basically destroy him.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, like, unless you get a very long chain, I missed a mischarge right there. Unless you get a very long chain, most of your damage with quickenings comes from the concurrence that happens at the end here. And this part is actually area effect, and the regular quickenings are not.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. Like, the quickenings, or the concurrences, rather, do deal, like, a ton of damage. And there have been stories of people just, like, spamming quickenings just for those concurrences, and just demolishing boss fights easily.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Atomos. All skiff, no ship. Hardly fit for a leading man. So I can fight them?
We secured an Atomos. An Atomos? Great. It's like a... Okay, we got a Honda. A Honda? I want a Lexus.
Can't we go faster?
Graphics.
Yeah.
Suddenly graphics. Because airships are too complex to show in the normal graphics engine, I guess.
They passed. Has gone too fast that I've noticed.
Turns out Fran actually knows what's up with this Sky Pirate business. Weird, who would have thought? Being a Sky Pirate for multiple years tells you how to become a Sky Pirate, or be good at being a Sky Pirate.
Who knew?
I'm getting some frame stutters on my end. I'm not sure if that's coming through on the stream or not.
I shall wear it close to my heart.
The Twitch player needed to reload for me, so I thought it was me or something.
Perhaps
Okay.
you forget all that Ondor has wrought.
I do not forget, Majesty. It was by his counsel, dangerous though it may have been, that we were able to free you. You must meet
So
with
the
him,
Marquis
Your
was
Highness,
like
and give
working
ear
with
to
the
his
Empire,
words.
but probably wanted this to
He
happen
may act in league with the Empire,
at
but
the
his
end
heart
of the
is
whole
not.
sequence so that we could rescue Ashelia.
It
But
is
like,
as he says.
he probably could have told
I
us
ought
that
not
at
have
some
kept
point that
Ondor
was
at
his
so great a
plan.
distance
He's still a bit of an
for so long
asshole.
a time.
Oh, yeah.
I have played the fool.
You were only being cautious.
Majesty, I would ask you for some time. On our own, we struggle in vain to restore Dalmasca. I must search out some other way.
Doesn't Vossel like
Until I
piss
should find
off
it,
and then
I would
rejoin
have
us
Bard
10
remain
minutes
at your
later?
side. Doubt him you may.
Something like that.
But I measure his loyalty to Dalmasca no less than my own.
I know you would not speak so lightly.
If I remember correctly, Vossler also has like one of the most interesting moves for just like a normal guy or normal soldier. Telekinesis.
Yeah, he has the telekinesis technique, and there's a specific reason for that. A boss fight that is coming up fairly shortly. Well, it's actually going to be a bit because we have a desert to trek through.
Oh, great. Another one of those.
Yes, this one is slightly different, though, because it is a water desert. Or a sand sea, if you will.
Ah, I see what you're hinting at.
Okay. I don't think there's anything for me to do here in Bujerba, unless I wanted to take on some more hunts, which I don't want to particularly do on stream. So, yeah, let's go talk to the Marquis again. Probably punch him in the face. Sure, he deserves that.
Yeah, and having played and watched like my best friend play through a couple of games recently that have featured deserts, all I can say is I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Yep. I am, after this cutscene, probably gonna reset my capture device real quick to see if that fixes the frame stuttering that's going on. So, quick pause after this cutscene.
A model citizen of the Empire. The announcement, you see, was Vane's suggestion.
Oh, that's how you spell his name. I completely forgot how to spell Vane's name when I was writing my notes earlier. I was like, how the fuck do you spell this? Is it Vane like the adjective? Like a weather vane? No, it's like a JRPG vein, of course. There's a Y in it, because why not?
So I guess getting the correct spelling was in vain?
Something like that.
I once knew a girl whose only wish was to be carried in her uncle's arms. Your Majesty is a woman grown now.
I forgot that this guy was Ash's uncle. Actually, it's so unimportant to everything that goes on in this game.
Simply rebuild your kingdom with the only proof of your birthright stolen. Without that,
There's quite a bit of like subtle things that get like mentioned, but then almost gets thrown aside because, oh, by the way, there's this important plot device that needs to occur or something.
Yeah, again, so much is like relegated to Ash and Bosch and Balthier, and even a lot of those things only show up at certain points in the game. Like, Bosch as a character is pretty unimportant for the next, like, 40% of the game, I'm pretty sure.
Incidentally, what is the going rate for rescuing princesses these days? Food would be a start. The good stuff, mind you.
Gotta love Balthier just thinking about money.
Balthier is probably my favorite character in this game. Pretty sure I said that during one of the previous sessions. He's just an unmitigated asshole, and he knows it, but he works with it. Yep. See, that's what the airship looks like in the normal graphics engine.
Mm-hmm. But does it move?
No.
In the normal graphics engine?
No, which is exactly why they can render it properly.
This is Balthier's ship.
I'm going to retrieve the Dawn Shard. It's the proof that I need. I know where it's hidden. I'll return his airship later.
Are you crazy?
I thought the Dawn Shard was what we stole out of the palace.
Not only
or was that the Dusk Shard?
All those who have fallen. I will not be.
I think it might have been the Dust Shard.
I'll fight alone if I must.
There's too many damn shards in this game.
They all do basically the same thing. It doesn't fucking matter.
That's true.
I'm trying to concentrate.
The only one that's relatively important for being different is the Midlight Shard, because it's the one that blew up Nabudis several years prior to the game starting.
I'm trying to concentrate.
Yeah. They're both still magical nukes. I agree.
Pretty much, yeah. They're basically just pieces of nethicite, which is a word that they throw around but never actually explain what it really means. It's just a magic rock that has a lot of power in it, and people try to use it in stupid ways, which causes them to become nukes.
The Dynast King's treasure.
Like, I feel like
the Dawn Shard is but one
they
of the
like they
riches
were
that
trying to
lie
like build
waiting in
this
King
up
Niklaus'
for
tomb.
like what all this stuff is supposed to be, and it happens even like later on in the game, but they never really like go beyond like passing mentions, like I said earlier.
Yeah.
Do much to lower the bounty
There's.
How much is the price on your head?
I think this game would have been a lot better if it had
Allow
focused
me to
on a
escort you in Vossla's place.
four-member party, and just kind of
Will you be joining
didn't
us?
really have Vaughn and Penelo. I think Vaughn is a great way to introduce the story,
Then
but
I
aside
can't
from
go.
that, he's kind of nothing,
Don't
and
leave me
Penelo
here.
is just super nothing, with the cape and everything. So
Then it's settled.
Yeah.
We should leave before the Marquis realizes she's missing. Like
Oh god, I
proper
forgot how
kidnappers.
weird Vaughn's face looked.
once again, graphics.
Yep. I will say though, playing this originally on PS2, my mother like watched me playing it once. I was watching one of the cutscenes. I don't think it was like one of the FMV ones. It was like just the regular cutscene, and she was like, "Wait, are you watching TV or playing a game?" Like, I'm playing a game. She was surprised at how much the graphics have improved over the years for gaming.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like the pre-rendered stuff right here was impeccable at the time it came out on the PS2. It was absolutely insane. Same for the Kingdom Hearts,
sure.
like pre-rendered stuff. Square Enix has always been basically top of the line when it comes to pre-rendered stuff. Even shit in like Balan Wonderworld, the pre-rendered cutscenes look fucking amazing. It's too bad the rest of the game exists, but the pre-rendered stuff looks really good.
And yet they really suck at making a movie.
Yeah, that happened. I wanna watch that dumpster fire at some point just to see how bad it is. I think it's more bad just because it's so boring, though, than it is actually being bad. It's one of those kind of things.
That's what I've heard too.
It wouldn't be like watching the Super Mario Brothers movie, which is bad because of how hilarious it is. Or hilarious because of how bad it is, or one or the other. It's not a boring movie, it's just really fun. Whereas Spirits Within is just boring.
Yeah, Super Mario Brothers movie has things like, what's your name? Mario, and your name? Luigi Mario. I think I mentioned it. Well, I mentioned it, I think, on Snake's stream, but a few weeks ago for like my company, I had to do like 4 tournaments in 2 days, and in one of the tournaments we actually had a team where the players were Mario, and Luigi.
Okay.
And in this game, you can get different costumes, and you can also color them. These two were actually cosplaying as Mario and Luigi. Like, they had like the red clothing, the green clothing for Luigi. They had a cape on. It was so perfect.
That's pretty cool.
So you would kill even your own.
And then I actually said to Luigi, I am disappointed that your name is not Luigi Mario. But they said that it was taken, so I forgive them.
Oh, okay. I have a friend who has certain glamour outfits set up for different classes in FF14. And for the Dragoon class, which is known for its jumping, he has a Mario glamour.
I'm not surprised at that one, to be honest.
He's got a few others that I can't really think of at the moment. But he's got like a few fun glamours for the different classes that he just kind of plays randomly.
Do this for me, Gabranth. I could not.
Favorite judge. Which one's your favorite judge in the game?
War with each other.
Oh gosh.
I mean, 2 of them are important, and the rest just kind of get mentioned once and never again. So.
Yeah, I mean, I have to go with Gabranth just because of Dissidia.
Yeah, he's just kind of the only one that really matters, I guess.
Kind of surprised me because, like, when you look at like the Dissidia games, like they put the main hero in Vaughn, along with the main villain, and then you have Gabranth. It's like that's kind of awkward. Because you would expect Vayne, but Gabranth apparently is just like better. Probably because like the judges are more what's the word?
Marketable, I guess.
Marketable or interesting, I guess.
Recognizable, maybe.
Recognizable, yeah.
That's why we gotta hoof the rest of the way.
Prominent too, yeah.
Gabranth is prominent. I wouldn't say any of the others are.
Well, if you want to be Sky
Oh, or the judge outfits.
Yeah, I think the judge outfit is pretty recognizable, but the specific ones really don't show up like multiple times.
Also get the funny background event between Penelo and Vaughn.
Alright, I am going to actually teleport back to Rabanastre right now because there's a side quest that I can advance. I'm not going to do anything else, but I'm going to go ahead and do this so that I don't forget it. Looks like the Giza Plains are on dry still. I think it switches to the rains fairly soon.
It changes to the rains after a specific plot point for you to cross.
Yes, and then it switches like every so many hours or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
We need to come speak to this Viera, who I'm pretty sure her name is meant to be pronounced Kitten.
Yeah, I am not gonna try to figure that one out.
Yeah, so for those that don't remember, she left the wood where the Viera live, and the party is meant to give her advice throughout the game for certain things. And you actually have to be an asshole to her in order to get the best items, because that's what makes her like buck up and try to become an adventurer or something like that. I don't really remember. I'm going to also go speak to Mont Blanc real quick. See if he's got any rewards for us. A couple things. Wow, that was actually it. Alright. I think in one of the endings she does join Clan Centurio. There's a few different endings that she can choose, depending on your answers. I think if you're an asshole in every choice up until the last one, where it's like you should do what your heart desires or something like that, she ends up joining the clan or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. She could either be somewhere in Rabanastre, outside Miguelo's shop, inside Miguelo's shop, in front of Clan Centurio, or inside Clan Centurio.
Right, yeah. Okay, and now we're going to teleport back to the Wester Sand, which is where the game dropped us off, and we're actually not going to spend a whole lot of time here, because I think we're right next to the zone transition that takes us to the next area.
That we are.
Yeah, actually literally right next to it. Okay.
Also, yeah, as Leogon in the chat pointed out, one of my favorite things about Gabranth and Dissidia is that he tells you to buy his sword.
Lots of pre-rendered cutscenes in this session for some reason. Not really sure why they have so many, because it doesn't continue with this, like, sequence of pre-rendered stuff throughout the rest of the game. They kind of stop at some point and do regular, like, graphics engine for a very long time.
Ah, so that's why it's called the Sand Sea.
Yeah, there's no explanation as to how any of this actually works. Why there's water, sand, water thing existing. It doesn't really matter.
So where exactly?
Magic with a K at the end. It's magic with a K at the end.
Yeah.
Far to the west. We must first cross the Yogir Yensa, and beyond that, the Nam Yensa, before we reach the...
Yeah, going back, I just love like when games have like some things that you can quote out of context, like "buy my sword" or "buy Odin's beer" for Thor in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
One of my favorite things like that was Cervantes in Soul Calibur 2. One of the voice lines he has is him just yelling the word "drown," But of course, that word by itself almost kind of sounds like the word brown. And one of his other lines is time to die. So my friend and I always said it as time to die, Mr. Brown.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I also have to bring up this one. Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep with Xehanort saying, "You have a lawn."
Okay.
Yeah, and I kind of like blame sort of like an older friend who was watching me play or speedrun Kingdom Hearts 2 at AGDQ, sitting right by me, Ultra J Man, just being like, "You have a lawn," just pointing that out every time.
Interesting. I don't remember getting the maps for both Sand Seas right at the beginning here. That's strange.
I think that's a Zodiac age change.
It makes sense that they would give me the map for the Ogier Yensa right here, but giving me the map for the Nam Yensa as well is a bit odd. Because they are separate zones by the game. I also do need to be very careful in some of these areas. As I'm sure you know, Axel, there is a particular enemy that can kind of loiter on these oil tankers, which will decimate me if I give it the chance to.
Yep.
Yeah, this is where I think we've ran into one elemental previously in one of the previous sessions and ignored it, as it was very smart to do. Here the game starts introducing entities called entites, which are sort of an advanced form of elemental. And I hope you didn't miss Vossler because he's back. I'm pretty sure this is where he rejoins us.
A construct
I believe so.
Ground. Abandoned many years now, it seems.
And yeah, those entites are really scary. They also have like damage reflect if you fight them too, which is really weird and kind of stupid.
All of the elementals, and I'm pretty sure entites, have resistance to physical attacks, which is where most of your damage is coming from if you just kind of let your like gambits go. But a lot of them are also going to have like reflect or high resistance to specific magics as well, so you've got to be very careful. And if you want to fight them, you probably need a specific setup, and a lot of them do drop very rare items that you can use to get stuff out of the bazaar.
I am content to lend my arm, as I could not when Rassler died, when her throne was taken. Never again. I will defend.
I remember on the PS2 version, I'm not afraid to, like I said, I used to like use cheats because they were always like stuff that can just enhance my gameplay, but my first time I was using infinite health, and with just Vaughn, I was trying to kill like I think it was the gnome entite in the Wester Sand. And obviously, it couldn't kill me. And for some odd reason, like I just like let the game play because okay, it's gonna take forever. So whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm either on my computer or at one point I think I'll like just close my eyes, and then I wake up and I see a game over screen. I'm like, wait, how? What?
Okay.
Tell me, Vossler, what have you
What
accomplished?
killed me from that?
Maybe it's an infinite health in the sense that it refills automatically at a certain point, but enough damage can be done to kill you in one shot, like a lot of the cheat codes that work on like Grand Theft Auto do or stuff.
I'm not sure, to be honest. Like, I want to say like maybe it had like an instant death attack, because those would definitely kill you even through it.
Yeah, that's also a possibility. It could have like Doom or something.
And here we're introduced to the Yensas.
Yes, these are the Uraton Yensas. They're basically, what are those called? The little things from Star Wars that are basically the same things.
Oh, Jawas.
Yeah, the Jawas. It's kind of the same thing. Again, there's more comparisons, of course, but I think this is kind of where the comparisons stop,
Vossler,
I would say.
Yeah.
have you found the means to restore Dalmasca?
First, we must claim the Dawn Shard. It all begins
No,
with
Princess, I have not. In fact, that's why I'm here. Because I'm fucking incompetent.
Oh, Tuscan Raiders. That's it.
I'm gonna go check out what's over here, because there's a few treasures that I could pick up. Hey, I got an instant kill with Vaughn's dagger right there. That was neat.
Nice. Apparently, if you get 100 chain on the Uritan and Yensas, you can spawn a rare game that has a chance to drop a very good katana.
I am not going to be doing that here, but it is good to know. Let's see. Vossler's probably going to run into that. No, he did actually not run into that trap there. But that also wasn't a treasure worth picking up anyway, so oh well. I'm gonna try to get all of the chests, just because. Just so I can have everything. I'm pretty sure in order to get the best stuff, you'd probably need to be like reloading the rooms over and over, because the treasures are not guaranteed, which is really terrible, if I'm completely honest.
I think I mentioned this in the chat in like one of the previous versions, but there was a bow added to the International Zodiac job system version that you can also still get in this, called the Seitengrat, which is an invisible bow, does not require a license to use, and has the highest attack power in the game.
Yes, I know about that, and I thought about trying to get one just to show it off, for as much as you can show off an invisible weapon. But the time investment is more than I am willing to put in, even for something that I can RNG manip, because they do have programs where you can sort of manipulate RNG for this game.
Like, even like since the PS2 version, there was a way to manipulate getting it to, so you can get like one for every single party member. And I remember when I was playing the PS2 IZJS version, I actually did that just for fun.
Oh, this is actually a rare monster that spawned here. Okay.
Oh, the pineapple.
Yes, and he is dead. Alright then.
Yeah.
The Zodiac Age and the International Zodiac Job System version both remove all of the stupid requirements for the Zodiac Spear. It's just kind of a normal thing now. There's no pick up this chest and you lose access to it thing anymore. Which is good, because that was also dumb. In case you haven't noticed, there's a lot of dumb decisions in this game.
Yeah. But there was something good, and that was the Golden Amulet, which, if I remember, it doubles the amount of license points you obtain.
Yes, I think it does. It's either license points or XP, and I don't think it's XP. I think that's a different one.
Yeah, it's definitely a different one for XP.
I should probably check my license board, actually, and grab a few things.
Maybe even consider equipping the Golden Amulet on someone. Because I know it does work on backline party members too, so they could start building up their license points.
I don't remember, like, when any of this armor shows up, but I'm just gonna keep grabbing some of it now. Like, just stuff to spend license points on more than anything else.
Yeah, usually I just go for anything that can give me mostly buffs. Like, if I don't have access to certain equipment, okay, I'll just go for, like, buffs.
Either that or try to aim for quickenings, which is also a good way to go. To get those as quickly as possible. Although the quickenings aren't as big of a deal in this game as they were in the original FF12, where getting a quickening would also increase your max MP on a character. That is no longer a thing, unfortunately.
Yep.
To make up for it, and to make up for the fact that not everyone can do everything, each class is individually stronger than a single character would have been in the original game as well.
I think, like, when I first saw that change, like, for the quickenings and MP, I was like, that sounds stupid. Like, why get rid of that? And then I'm like, you know what? Actually, never mind. I'm glad that I don't have to rely on MP to cast my quickenings now.
Yeah, that is definitely another thing. Although, I think you need to have some MP in order to do it, or something. The bar is separate now, but I'm pretty sure there is sort of a separate requirement than the bar itself. I think this is the direction I want to go, because I think Platform 2 is where I want to go for a bonus thing that I'm going to show off.
Mm-hmm.
Which is mostly going to take place when I get to the Nam Yinsa here in just a few minutes. Oh! There it is. There's the thing. It's big and shiny and terrifying.
Yep, there's the fire one.
And we're going to turn fleeing on and run, because I don't want to deal with it. The nice thing is it won't mess with us if we don't mess with it or use magic near it. And if we do either of those two things, then it will probably kill us.
Oh, for sure. Spar, you're aware that there's a Final Fantasy XII manga, right?
Yes, I read parts of it and actually enjoyed it. I think I actually read all the way through, actually. It ends earlier than the game does by a lot. It actually ends right after Wraithwall's Tomb, which is where we're heading right now, actually. Not long after that is where the manga ends, and it ends in a pretty spectacular fashion where Ash decides that she's done with the Empire's shit and summons Belias on the Leviathan, which causes the ship to crash, and that's just where it ends. So pretty raw.
If I remember correctly, like, the summoning is also, like, really graphical. Like, it starts doing something to her arm, if I remember.
I don't remember anything about that. I do remember the section where Vaughn is in the prison is sort of expanded a little bit. To where, like, the point where he's fighting some of the, like, other guys that are in the prison. There's, like, more to those fights, I guess is the way to say it. Okay, so this is the room where I want to be.
You also picked up some pocket sand.
Yeah, this is the Nam Yinsa, which is also a sand sea, but is less of the oil refinery kind of stuff and more natural wasteland, I guess. We're going to be finding more of the just general layout of a desert, I suppose, kind of thing. So that guy ran off when we approached. And this is a quick little thing you could do. It's not even really a side quest. This is neat for a little bit of world building, and also because it gives us an item which will help with the next boss. So that's why I'm doing it here. I did this for the first time when I did my Zodiac Age run a couple of years ago, after I got it on PC. And it helps in the boss fight a lot, because otherwise the boss fight is annoying, not really difficult, but definitely annoying. So definitely a good idea to do this, because it doesn't really require a lot of effort, I would say. It's mostly just a little bit time consuming, I suppose, because you do have to backtrack slightly.
Yeah, and the boss fight itself also has, like, one of the things I hate the most about this, and that's, like, you can only hit enemies with certain types of attack, or certain types of weapons or attacks. And if you're not using them, yeah, congratulations, you're never going to hit them.
Yeah, it is better in this version because it used to be that flying enemies could not be hit by any melee weapon. It is now that they can not be hit by certain types of melee weapons. Let's see. Let's put Ash in the party, because Ash hasn't had any time to fight just yet. Ash also has Cure. Definitely do not want to gambit for potions, because that's just going to ruin my stock of potions that I have.
You have 73, it's fine.
It's not like I'm using them either.
That's also true.
Yeah, so certain melee weapons like poles and stuff like that, I think some basically weapons with a larger reach can hit flying enemies which, like I said, was not a thing in the original version. Any melee weapon was completely worthless against the flying enemy unless you had telekinesis.
Yeah.
Of course, things like guns and bows and stuff like that could be used as well. So this is what we're looking for right here. Actually, I want to be attacking the Uritan Eater. This is what we're going after here. Vaughn, I'm going to need you to fight the turtle and not the Uritans. So we're actually trying to help the Uritans here.
Well, apparently Vaughn said, fuck you, I'm killing him.
Does... Hey Ash? Why is Ash not attacking?
Oh, because Gambit is off.
So it is. Right. I think it's because she was previously a guest party member. And so that defaults to off or something like that when she joins properly. I think the Uritan Eater ended up killing all the Uritans anyway, but that's fine too.
Mm-hmm.
It's more about killing this thing than saving the guys there. This thing sure has a lot of defense.
Oh yeah, it does.
There we go. Alright, so now that that thing is dead, we can actually go back. And I'm actually going to ignore all of these enemies. Did I go the right way? No, I did not. Yay for me. Yay for me going the wrong way.
Right. I mean, we can't even use the idea of like, well, everything looks the same here.
It does a bit.
It does a bit, but it's also like really huge.
Yeah. I thought those were enemies. Those are just plants on the beach. I was like, wait a minute, how am I supposed to fight those things out on the beach? Hey, Dex Monicus, welcome to the stream. Haven't seen your name in a while.
Hey. And hey, gold member as well.
Yeah, so we want to head back to that Moogle that we spoke to, and then we're going to go back into the Ogir Yensa to pick up the item that we need.
And we're gonna want that for that boss fight, because screw that boss fight. But I decided to open up like the wiki for the version differences just to look at it again, because it's been a while. Holy crap, there were so many changes just made from the original Japanese to the English version.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts how much was changed in this game.
And that's just like the original Japanese and then the original North America. That's not including the Zodiac job system and then the Zodiac Age version. Like, but if you look at everything, it's like, holy shit, how many changes did they make for this game?
I'm pretty sure there was more changes than there was from English to Japanese KH1.
There's a lot.
Are they all like super minor changes, like treasures from chests and stuff like that?
No, it's a lot of stuff, actually. A good example, 16:9 widescreen option is added to the game configuration, though this results in a vertical image loss. The Japanese version never had that. Lag when entering the Rabanastre Westgate terminal is removed.
Okay.
Battle UI is now hidden during mid-battle dialogue cutscenes.
Oh, okay.
Which makes sense, considering... yeah, that kind of, like, ruins the immersion. Spells no longer consume MP if they do not connect with their target.
Huh. Didn't know about that. It's like Square Enix makes the English version better and then gets jealous that we got the better one.
Quickening chains are no longer accompanied by a message like "cool" and "very cool" beside the chain number.
Now that's just a downgrade, man.
These messages are reused in the International Zodiac Job System version.
Okay.
Darkmare has increased HP, Strength, Magic Power, and EXP. The Red Crystal Bug has increased HP and Magic Power and cast Faraga, Thundaga, and Blizzaga instead of Fiora and Thundara. Blue Crystal Bug increased HP and Defense. Green Crystal Bug increased HP. Rogue Tomato now rewards LP after each cutscene rather than just once. Tyrant uses Piercing Graviga more often. Whoa, wait, what? Okay, so apparently in the original Japanese... Oh, crap. I didn't want to click that. I'm just going to give the updated version, actually. The order of the pedestals for the Demon Wall battle is now the same every time, rather than each pedestal's effect being random on each playthrough.
Okay.
That's evil that it was random.
We're going to be getting to the Demon Wall today, so that should be fun. I'm going to try to fight both of them because you do get a few extra things, but I'll probably only give one shot at the first Demon Wall. It is the tougher one, and also the optional one.
Yeah, the game over cutscene for that is actually kind of brutal if you think about it, because you actually get to see it go right up against the wall.
Yep. You get to sort of watch your party get crushed against the wall. Obviously, there's no actual visceral look at them being crushed, but you do see, as Axel said, it going flat against the wall.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure this game does have Japanese voice dialogue as an option in Zodiac Age.
Let me see. English and Japanese voice options are included, which can be switched in the in-game configuration.
Yes. I've never played this game with the Japanese option, so I can't comment on what anyone sounds like. But I like the English voices just fine.
And there were also cutscenes that lacked voice acting in the original Japanese version, but now they do have Japanese voice acting.
Okay.
Yeah, from what I've heard when it comes to Square Enix games, Japanese players actually do enjoy the English dubs.
That's why the final mix versions had English voice acting for Kingdom Hearts.
Yep, exactly.
Also, probably because a lot of Disney stuff is maybe more memorable, even in Japanese, for Japanese people, probably more memorable with the original Disney voices.
Yep.
I wish these things would stop inflicting me with slow, because I can't reverse that just yet. I would probably have to use a remedy, and I'm not going to use a remedy on slow.
I was about to quote that one song, Remedy. I think it was.
Can I... Is there a way to change how fast the camera moves? I don't think so. I think that's not something I can affect. Because it feels like it's moving too slow for me. I guess I just have to deal with it.
Yeah, it's going to be something you have to deal with, unfortunately.
Yeah. Studio Ghibli is, or Ghibli, or however it's pronounced, is a Disney published thing. It's like they have the licensing to put it out in America, but it's not actually a straight up Disney property. So it's not made by Disney or anything as far as I know. True, I could use a Chronos tier. Thank you for letting me know about that. The slow is gone now, though. I think Ghibli stuff in Kingdom Hearts would work pretty well, depending on which one they choose. Spirited Away is one that I don't know if it would work very well, because of... I don't really know how they could fit in the story to what Kingdom Hearts has. Granted, that's never really stopped them before.
Yeah, it never has.
I'm going to be honest, Frozen was not a good pick for Kingdom Hearts, but they did it anyway. Neither was Tangled, to be honest, but I like Tangled a lot more, so I'm okay with that.
Oh, interesting. So apparently the original Japanese version had a cutscene removed to get a lower rating. That cutscene was the one where Penelo is tied up in Buganon's Lushu Mine's hideout.
Ah, yes. Because of, I guess, bondage or kidnapping or something like that?
At the time before the Japanese release, there were various incidents in the real world, which basically there were some similarities there that would have made it a difficult thing to release at the time. But in the English version, it did get re-added, and, well, it's in Zodiac Age, so...
I'm so glad that we paid money to buy that crossbow for Ash like 10 minutes ago, only to get a better one now.
You got some money, you're good.
Yeah, I guess I'll just go ahead and deck everyone out with the best stuff I can get for right now. Penelo definitely needs some better gear. Holy shit. Oh, Penelo just literally had nothing on. Okay.
Did you take everything off her
I think
when
I
you
took
first had
everything
her?
off of her before she left the party the first time, so she just had nothing on when she returned. That's actually kind of really funny. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and get the good stuff. Now, again, I hate that I bought that iron armor for Ash like 3 minutes ago, but whatever. Penelo doesn't have a weapon equipped either, does she? She sure fucking doesn't. God damn it. I don't have any weapons for her at all.
Penelo's just like, whatever, I'll just fight with my fists. I'm used to it, considering how much I fight Vaughn.
Is there anything that she can equip at all? This. I can put this on her. Red mages use maces. Okay, well, that was kind of dumb. That was me being dumb, but it is what it is.
Hey, at least we made it here with not too much trouble anyway.
It's actually not who I meant to use cure on, but that's fine. Ah yes, the game gives us an option to save because we're heading into a boss fight.
Yep. And we are going to take that option, because, yeah.
Once again, graphics. Why do we keep getting pre-rendered graphics?
They had to use the budget somewhere.
They had to show off the tomb, which once again can't be rendered in full detail without the pre-rendered graphics. Which I find funny leaves a spot for subtitles at the bottom of the screen, even when there was no dialogue. I think hammers still have some type of randomized damage. I don't know about maces and axes. I haven't dealt much with those in this game. So we have Garuda here, who uses Enrage. And we can actually use the berries that we got from that little quest on Garuda here to remove his enraged status. And even though a couple of my party members can't actually hit Garuda right now, the fight is just kind of basically done.
Vossler is kind of being the MVP with the telekinesis.
Ash also has the crossbow, which is really helping.
That's also true, yeah.
I think Fran and Bosch were doing basically nothing, though. So I am very overleveled, as I said earlier. It means that I don't have to worry too much about grinding during the actual streams, so that's just nice for me. Geez, we've already been on for almost an hour and a half. It really doesn't feel like it.
Holy crap, yeah, you're right, it doesn't.
What does the Enraged status do for Garuda? It makes it strong. It attacks faster and harder, and I think it means it can also cast spells without any charge time. Judging by what I read in the guide earlier.
Ironically, even though it's kind of technically considered a boss fight, or treated like a boss fight, it's really not a boss fight when you think about it.
Spanning from Mordalia to Valendia. Here he forged the Galtean alliance. Though he is called the Dynast King, upon establishing the alliance, he demonstrated compassion for his people and disdain for needless war. A philosophy passed on to his successors, one that would bring peace and prosperity for hundreds of years to follow. It was during this time of peace that the city-states of Arcadia and Rosaria, each members of Wraithwall's alliance, took root and flourished. Wraithwall left 3 relics signifying descent from the
I guess there
Dynast King.
isn't a specific battle theme in this game. Come to think of it, Adrian. You really just get the music for whatever region you're in.
Pretty much that, or unless, well, there are boss fight themes, but that's different.
Well, yeah, there's that.
It remained hidden here, known only to
Is
those
the
of
lore in
those
this
who
game
left.
easier to understand than the lore for FF13? I can't comment because I never finished 13 and I know nothing from the 2 sequels, but the lore in this game is pretty easy to follow. The most complicated thing is the Akuria. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, the Akuria.
Yeah. I kept thinking that was the things from Zelda Twilight Princess, but that's the Okuku, or whatever they're called.
Wraithwall's treasure.
And there was I, thinking this was going to be hard.
Yeah, this one is sort of politically charged, and it does have a lot to do with empires taking over other nations, which, when we started this game, was a very big thing that was going on in the real world, and is still going on in the real world, so hooray for fun timing on picking certain games.
Also, I kind of wanted to look at what Enrage actually does, as a whole. It reduces your charge time to 0 for your attacks. So yeah, removing Enrage is a good idea.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think there was any chance of Garuda killing me anyway, just because of how overleveled I am, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think 16 is going to be sort of a mix between this game and 14 in terms of tone and setting. Judging by what we've seen so far. This cutscene exists to explain that the party knows nothing about Waystones, besides the fact that they exist. Hooray! Okay, there's a tough fight coming up, so I'm going to put my best damage people in the party, which is basically melee people, as far as I could tell. Because I don't really have good stuff to use with my mages right now.
According to Deus Ex, we're going to get Final Fantasy 27 in 2027. Well, that's going to be a lot of those games coming out between now and then to make up for it. And Knuckles and Knuckles starring Knuckles the Echidna in 2029. What?
One last check of my license board before I go into the boss.
Also, to quickly answer a question asked earlier, axes, hammers, and maces do still have their random modifier in their damage formula.
Neat. Yes, please grab that quickening. That will be very nice to have. Nice.
So I did mention it to you and some other people, but I got myself a new pair of headphones, and apparently this thing has like some smart technology that's like, oh, we don't detect that we're on your ear. We're gonna pause everything that plays sound for you, or at least a video.
That sounds absolutely fucking atrocious. Why would they do that?
So it's nice if like someone comes up to you and you want to talk, and like they want to talk to you, so that you just take them off your ears and it pauses everything for you, and then you just put it back on and it'll unpause everything again. But from what I've had happen, like maybe like my ear gets a little bit itchy, or I just gotta like adjust it a bit, and it will still pause. But then it's like 20 minutes later, the headphones are like, well, we don't detect that we're on, so we're gonna shut off automatically.
Okay, well, that sounds interesting, I guess. Okay, well, I don't know how well this fight's gonna go, but I have a decent amount of quickenings available. I kind of wish I had Bosch's level 2, but I don't, so let's see how it goes. This is Demon Wall 1.
Mm-hmm. It's also said that the design of the Demon Wall is of the Dynast King himself.
Huh, that's kind of interesting.
We better decide fast.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just start with a quickening. That seems like the best way to go for this thing.
How about some of this?
So this one is the obvious optional version.
I never miss.
And this one has over double the amount of HP than the actual boss version that you want to kill.
Right. The next room has another one with a longer corridor, I guess. And is generally a much easier fight. So that one we have to fight. This one is, like he said, optional. And will give us a few bonus things if I manage to defeat it. Hopefully my quickening chain is going to be pretty well... be pretty good to start off with. I once again reloaded on a mischarge because I am very bad and I think my game is kind of laggy on the capture. So unfortunately, I didn't get as good of a quickening chain as I wanted. Hopefully we can get some decent damage out of that. If this doesn't do more than 25%, I might just run. It did about 30%.
Okay, so that's pretty decent. Also, you gotta deal with blind now.
Yep. Just gonna throw eye drops on everyone.
What is even the point of a demon wall? Just a trap? Pretty much. I mean, you gotta stop those tomb robbers.
Okay. Vaughn has been cast into the void, so we need to replace Vaughn. Because Ash is now here, I can use another set of quickenings. So let's see how that goes. I think Ash has probably my favorite quickenings of the entire party. Ash and Bosch definitely have the coolest ones.
They do look pretty good. Yeah.
No luck with that one. The mischarge was very late, and I was going kind of slow to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Like, that's the only downside with the whole quickening system. It's like, you practically want to go fast, but if you go too fast, then you miss a mischarge. It's not good.
Okay, I'm going to place Ash with Pinello and try another quickening, because I don't know if I'll be able to kill him in that time.
You did deal a good amount of damage, though.
I need a better chain than that. I really need a concurrence at the end to get some decent damage out of this.
Oh, for sure.
Here goes.
It's gonna do the same thing again. Just the same one twice in a row.
Now for Fran's turn.
Running out of time a little bit with this. Fran, quickly. Jesus Christ, I didn't even get a second one out of that. That was terrible.
Oh no.
This is probably gonna be a failure if I had to guess.
Yeah, we get to see the death cutscene.
Yep, this is failure.
Oh no. I like how the characters just stood there, though.
Yeah, that thing behind them is literally a door that they can just walk through.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, that was an attempt. Let's see.
And I think the death cutscene also varies based on which end you die from.
I have to sit through this, and all the license point stuff that I did a minute ago is undone. But that's fine. I'm also just going to run from this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to try to fight this one again.
Run. We better decide fast.
I don't think this game will get a full remake. I'm sure it will get like multiple upscales or ports to each new system as they keep like making more of them. I don't see a remake being done. This was a more divisive Final Fantasy, definitely not one of the more popular ones.
The wall comes. We must be quick. Together we can bring it down.
Fran's ears in the camera, though. That's kind of funny. Yeah, again, this thing has like half of the health of the other demon wall, so I really just kind of don't need to even try for this fight.
Yeah, like, you clearly could have won against the other one if you got a little bit more luckier on the quickenings, but yeah, this one is like, whatever.
I am going to go ahead and replace Fran, though, because having one party member down is not going to help me any. I might try the demon wall again at the end of the dungeon, or like... Well, at the end of the dungeon, things happen, which makes that kind of impossible, but maybe I'll have a chance to. Yeah, Vaughn being the one that got X-zoned really hurt because he's kind of my highest DPS at the moment. Him and Balthier.
Yeah.
If he had picked, if Bosch had been X-zoned instead, although Bosch also has a good chance of, I want to go back and hit the thing to heal, but I can't go that way because the other demon wall is there.
Mm-hmm.
Because Bosch is about to die. Can I use an item to remove Doom?
I don't think you have the ability to. I want to say that there's a save point coming up.
I guess Bosch is just gonna die temporarily.
Guess I'll just die.
Game? Okay. Took a minute to load there.
It has to load the cutscene.
Yeah, Bosch just randomly has a heart attack, Light Yagami in the corner laughing.
Then it turns out it's actually Lisa Simpson.
Incredible.
Jesus.
Hey, I'm just gonna say that Treehouse of Horror short was actually really good.
That's what I've heard. Whenever I try to watch it, it just feels cringy.
Is this not so?
I could see why, but it's like the fact that they got the original Death Note animators to make it. It looks so good, and I love all the references that they put in there too.
Okay. I mean, I'm also not particularly a fan of The Simpsons anyway, so I guess that's probably it.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I like as part of his armor, Vossler just has shorts on.
How can you be
Like-
certain?
Comfy and protected.
I can hear its call.
And then you have Ash with a skirt.
Yeah, Death Note was made by Madhouse. I remember being surprised, but also completely understanding when I found that out, because Madhouse is absolutely nuts for animation. Does this... Okay, well, Bosch died, Bosch is back.
Oh, thank you, Vossler, for using your Phoenix Down.
He used our Phoenix
that was
Down.
our Phoenix Down. Yeah, I forgot that they changed that in one of the versions.
Zodiac job system is what changed it.
Yeah, because everyone relied on Larsa with their infinite potions.
Or, Redis at the end of the game.
Oh yeah, also Redis.
Yeah, so I can actually back out to the doorway of the dungeon and touch the teleport stone to fully heal. And I could attempt the other demon wall again, but like I said, I'll probably do that after the end of the dungeon. Yeah, guests will now use potions from the party's inventory. They don't have infinite potions or whatever anymore, which is sad. But it does balance the, like, overpoweredness that used to have.
Yeah, guests got quite a lot of changes, actually, from the original English to the International Zodiac job system one. Now you can actually control them. They do gain EXP and level up. You can change and turn off their gambits. The player does obtain items and gil from guests when they join the party. Items used by guests expend the player's inventory, which is the biggest downside.
Despite the fact that you can control them, the cutscene when Ash is first introduced as Amalia, as the first guest that you have, the game will tell you that you can't control guests, and then you can immediately control her.
Yeah, they didn't change that for some stupid reason.
Right, yeah. There's two ways I can go here, the upper path or the lower path, and it doesn't really matter, so I just picked one.
Nice level up.
I should do my license stuff again, because all of that got undone by dying back there.
I guess to also compensate for the item changes for guests, Larsa, Redis, and Vossler also got a different set of abilities, and Larsa and Redis also got more augments. So pretty much they got buffed. Also, Bosch, Larsa, Vossler, and Redis have their weapons improved, with Larsa and Redis also able to attack flying targets with their basic attacks.
Nice. So Vossler doesn't even need to use telekinesis now.
Well, he wasn't listed on attacking flying targets with basic attacks. It was just Larsa and Redis.
Oh, okay.
Who got that. But his weapons were improved, so... Gosh, like, reading all, like, the changes that they made into ICJS is, like... It's like looking at, like a game going through like a whole new season, or I guess we'll use Final Fantasy 14. It's like a new expansion.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts the amount of stuff that was changed.
Might as well be a new game compared to OG FF12. It kind of was.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, back into it. There's another rare enemy that can spawn here. Thank you, camera. If I get a high enough chain with certain enemies, but I don't really care about that. The rare enemies are mostly just for filling out the bestiary, as far as I know, so not really that important.
Some of them do give really good loot.
Yeah.
Or even kind of like steal some good loot too.
Right, yeah. Which I'm also not worrying too much about, because I'm pretty sure I've said this before. The stuff that you guys see here on the stream is not actually what gets saved for future sessions. What I do is I play through this, and then later on I will go back through and explode like that enemy just did. And what I'll do is go through everything a lot slower, so that I can pick up all the chests and get the best stuff and drops and things like that, and just take my time and get really good items and things like that, and also grind a little bit and get a bunch of money, so that I can make sure to buy stuff really easily during the next session. So yeah, what you guys see is not actually what gets saved. What was that? 75 gil in a potion? Thanks.
Something like that.
A lot of help.
Yeah. And there's also like something, like, you know how there are some people who make videos of how overpowered can you get before this specific point in the game?
Yeah.
So there was one for Final Fantasy 12, and it did use the Zodiac Age version, and it does use trial mode, where you can just get so much broken stuff and then bring it to your main file.
Do you get XP from doing trial mode as well? Do your characters get XP, or is it just license points?
I think you don't get EXP, if I recall.
I'm pretty sure you get license points, because I'm pretty sure I had a lot of LP, like, when I got done with trial mode after the last time.
Yeah, I'm not sure on the EXP. I know for sure LP, definitely.
So that's the direction I would have come from if I had gone the other way, which looks like it's a shorter path, but that also means like less enemies, and I think it takes longer to get there as well.
Also, today I learned Studio Madhouse did the Devil May Cry anime.
Okay.
I almost forgot that an anime of that existed.
I know I vaguely recall that there was also like an anime short or OVA or something like that for Bayonetta, if I recall.
Yes, because I remember that one. Never saw it, but...
Yeah. I'm just kind of not really into Bayonetta at all. I tried Bayonetta 2, the demo, and it wasn't really for me. Not into perfect dodge timing. Not really my kind of thing.
Unless it's Metal Gear Rising.
Well, I mean, even with Metal Gear Rising in recent years, I don't really like the perfect timing required for stuff. Mostly because for Metal Gear Rising, and this also applies to Dust in Elysian Tale, that the parry is on the attack button. There's no dedicated button for it, which I think is really awful.
Oh, yeah.
And it's kind of why I don't really go back to those games ever.
I've actually thought about playing Metal Gear Rising again lately, and even Dust, because it's been so long since I played that.
I remember years ago you were actually going to record dust for the HFC channel, at least for like the non-com channel, many years ago, and that never really got off the ground.
I think it's because like I did show you a recording, and it's like there was like some issues with it, so just like stopped it. But now I do have a better PC, so I could do that if we don't have one up on the channel.
Oh yeah, there's nothing on the channel because I don't think anyone else has done it yet. Dust is a game that I really enjoyed my first run through of, but I don't know that I would ever go through it of my own free will. Like, if it's something people wanted to watch, then either Axel or I could play it, and I'd be perfectly fine with that. But the final boss was really disappointing.
Oh yeah.
And also the parry thing is just something that I'm not particularly a fan of.
But you know what was fun? Exploding when you level up.
Yes.
Yeah, because I remember when you were streaming it, like, you level up and you were just like, oh, I exploded.
Yeah. I think, does Muramasa do kind of the same thing?
I want to say it does.
There's like a big level up animation mid-combat. I remember I did one of the, like, secret things that you could do. It was like a secret battle thing you could, like, go into to fight.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like higher level than where I was at. I have 4 handkerchiefs to get rid of all this oil. Nice. And I was literally like seconds away from dying. Like, I was at like single-digit health. And I leveled up mid-combat, and I was able to win because the level up healed me. And that was in Muramasa. So that was really fun.
Yeah, it's been so long since I played that, so I'm not entirely sure myself if on the leveling animation for that one.
I just realized not having handkerchiefs is going to be really bad for the next boss fight, isn't it?
You just realized, oh, I'm about to go fight this thing that is going to definitely cover us in oil.
And then throw fire at us.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of fire. Lots and lots of fire.
Not far.
Burn to the ground.
You can see the mist with your eyes?
Where it is thick enough.
It's like the only time in the entire game where it is implied that the mist is not a natural thing that people can see normally. And yet it is all over this game as something that people can see normally.
Yeah.
The lore of this game is weird, and is very inconsistent.
Can't count on Vaughn to keep track of these things. That's for sure.
Normal people cannot see the mist, except when normal people can see the mist.
Like, the entire reason that we had to walk through the sand seas was because airships cannot travel through Yacht, is what it is called, because skystones don't work. Except we're going to see here shortly that doesn't apply for some reason, and they just kind of fly anyway because the game says they can.
Plot.
Well, I thought there was something there to grab, but there was nothing, so I guess I'm just going to move on.
Looks more like you're gonna move on.
No.
Come on!
Let's see, that's probably good to equip on someone, right? Someone's gotta be... Yep, equip that. Sure, that's fine. Wait. No, you want to have that equipped. If I set Fran up with macro to cast Blizzard, how would that do? Or would I want Aqua instead? Does the guide say if Belias is weak to either one?
He's weak to water, he halves ice.
Oh, so don't use ice on him.
Yeah. For any kind of magic, only water. is good. Everything else is halved or absorbed in the case of fire.
Okay.
He is susceptible to sap and slow.
Okay. I think Vaughn's weapon can inflict sap, so I'll definitely go with that.
And your time battle mage does know slow.
She does.
This is very much like the Final Fantasy X International version Sphere Grid, where you can just have anyone be any class, right? Pretty much.
Okay.
Except it doesn't have the end result where everyone is practically the same.
Let me throw another high potion to get Vaughn up to max health. And let's go try to take down this boss. I don't know how well this is going to go, but we're going to try anyway. Considering I don't have handkerchiefs, this is probably going to be a bit rough.
In other news, Sonic Frontiers has smashed the series record for concurrent players on Steam, nearly doubling the record set by Sonic Mania 5 years ago.
Yep. No, actually, the original FF12 doesn't have any classes at all. Everyone has the exact same license board.
Mm-hmm. They start off at, like, different parts of the board, but it's not that big of a difference.
Right, yeah.
Like, everyone can be the same thing.
So far, slow has not taken hold.
Or maybe it has, because he's not really doing much.
No, because Ash keeps trying to cast it.
Could just be the way the Gambit is set up.
No, because it would only try to cast it if he didn't already have it on.
Alright. Also, we get to see one of the biggest animations, or attack animations from bosses. Also, rest in peace bitrate for a sec.
Yeah, that'll happen. Let's see.
Yeah. Aquara. If I remember correctly, I think like in the original 12, they only had like level 1 water spells.
I think that might still be the case here, but the moats definitely go higher. I'm gonna take that Gambit off of Ash because she's done nothing but try to cast slow, and it is not working. That was actually pretty easy, even with Ash doing nothing the whole fight.
Yeah.
This game's art style doesn't really good, Goldmember. I'm gonna be honest, the color palette and just general design of everything in this game is pretty ugly, as far as things go. The only thing that's really nice to look at is the pre-rendered scenes. We got our first Esper, which I'm not going to pick up just yet.
In vain glory they arose, shouting challenges at the gods, but prevail they did not.
This lore is more important to the sequel than it is to this one. Than it is to this game. Hey Nat, thanks for 63 months of resubbing.
Tells a story.
Only 6 more left.
Or it could also be 1 more month, and you become an honorary Entom.
Which the gods took heed of him. Thereafter, it was ever bound to him in thraldom.
So, all this time it's been here guarding the Dynast King's treasure?
Listen, when you play this game, how often do you use the Espers?
No.
That's your treasure?
I don't. Aside from the one time where Belias is required, I basically don't bother.
Yeah, there's really like no reason to use them. That's the sad part.
If an enemy is weak to a specific element, it can be a decent idea to use them. Or if you only have one party member that's useful, and they're the ones that one that has the Esper unlocked and the rest of your party are worthless, then summoning the Esper is probably better, but I don't know why he would ever be in that situation.
Yeah, like, the Espers were so bad in the original that they made so many changes into IZGS just for Espers. Mm-hmm. One of them being, you can now directly control them.
I still don't think they're that good either.
Also, the summon duration was increased by over 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong?
Are you gonna try fighting Yasmat?
We must go.
Probably not. Maybe. It really depends on how I feel at the end of the game.
It depends. Do you want to use a whole stream for a single boss fight, or would you rather just say no?
I mean, with speed up, the boss can actually really go down in like 20 minutes, right?
If you have the right equipment.
Yeah.
What if Nat gives you a reward? Oh boy. Here comes the bribing. You need good gambits and good equipment.
One of the things I used to love about this game is I would just find guides on game FAQs and read the guides for the super bosses, because I was never going to fight them myself, but I loved just reading the strategies and stuff to actually fight them, and I would do those just multiple times over and over. You can leave in the middle of the Yasmat fight and come back, but he heals if you're gone too long.
Yeah.
Vaughn is minorly important because he can see the ghost of Prince Rassler. There's no explanation for why this is the case.
But can you see why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
That doesn't exist in this world. Also, Vaughn probably can't afford it.
Whatever variation of it that they would have here, then.
No, I'm pretty sure Yasmat does not heal if the console is turned off, although I could be entirely wrong about that. Oh yes, that is telling us that we cannot take the Waystone at the other end of this to come back to this place again. I think I can go out the door to save, and the cutscene doesn't trigger until I go down the steps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the demon wall one more shot.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I can't save because it wants me to, activate a cutscene that's about to pop up.
I mean, you just saved, so I think you mean teleport.
I can't teleport, right, yeah.
I was like, wait, you can't save, but you're saving right now. I don't get why the Ikuria were also messing with Vaughn. Secondary, or probably like as a way to convince Ash, too.
I think Vaughn was meant to be a backup, but he ended up, agreeing with Ash anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, that didn't pan out either. Alright.
Yeah.
We're going to give this a second shot and see how we do. Hopefully we don't die again. Nice thing is we don't have to sit through the cutscene a second time.
I never miss.
Spar's bad with words at times. Words are hard.
Words are hard. I am also bad at them.
How about some of this?
And going back to Yasmet, I remember, on the original, one day I went to work, and that was, just for 5 hours. And I came back on my lunch break, because I was, 5 minutes away, and I had to, change characters, because my lead character died. So, I did that, come back after I finished work, and I had to change characters again. 3 hours later, I'm still fighting the boss fight.
I never grabbed... Yes, thank you. Okay, thank you. Lots of stuff being told to me right now.
Oh yeah, we have access to the second license board now.
Which I'm not going to bother with because I'm literally in the middle of a boss fight right this second.
Yeah, that's a feature that they added for the Zodiac Age version of the game. Now you can choose 2 jobs, so you don't have to worry about one job being bad for you.
This is definitely something I should have done before going into the boss, but I am bad, and so I did not. Yeah, that's fine.
And now you can work 2 jobs and try to obtain the Dalmascan Dream.
I'm pretty sure this is also going to be a failure based on how little damage that first quickening did. Also, I'm still missing mischarges.
I must endure.
We do get a level 2 quickening out of this one, though. I love you too, Nat. I was pressing the wrong button. I don't think that mischarge would have gone through in time, though. Do I get a higher level concurrence by doing a level 2 one, or is it going to give me Inferno again? Oh, it doesn't give me anything. Fuck. That did do a ton of damage, though.
That it did.
Alright, Penelo, what do you got for me? Penelo, please. Bosch got X-zoned. The one person I did not want to get X-zoned.
Penella? Okay, there we go.
Wow, no mischarges. That's really bad. That's really, really bad.
Quick, Fran, you're our last hope.
Please, please, what is going on? Why are they taking so long?
The game does have like a sort of queue system.
Yeah, I'm not getting the mischarges, so I'm just gonna go through the door. Don't feel like dying. I could definitely win if I got luckier with the quickenings and stuff, but I think it's better that I just kind of move on for now.
I was gonna say, like, maybe do like one more try, but yeah.
I've already tried it twice, and I don't want Flame to have to cut around a whole bunch of different like stuff and attempts of this if he wants to. I think it's fine to keep those in because it's an interesting showcase of the game itself, but it'll be up to him what he feels like doing.
Yeah.
Oh, I can move the camera during the Waystone teleportation things. Interesting.
Yeah, the game is weird on where you can control the camera sometimes.
You also can't interact with objects, which includes chests, while you are sheathing weapons or like doing some other activities. So those are like odd.
Did IZJS/CA change being able to swap out targeted party members by targeting them with your stuff? I don't believe so.
I don't even know what that is. I've never heard of any of that. I guess they keep doing pre-rendered cutscenes. I really didn't think there was this many in the game.
The funny thing is, as soon as the cutscene started, ads for me.
Oh boy.
Thank you, Twitch.
Yeah, once again, we can't control the random ads playing, and we don't ever do any manually, so apologies for ads. We can't control them.
Hashtag blame Twitch.
Definitely, yes. Blame Twitch.
Yeah, we're not taking an ad break. Twitch is forcing an ad break.
This is the point where the manga ends that I was talking about earlier. In this scene, Ash summons Belias on the ship in this room. And I think it actually cuts off there. But the implication, I'm pretty sure, is that she just kind of kills everyone with it.
The Nethicite.
The Nethicite?
That is a base imitation.
I went to go to the TV tropes page because that's where I remember reading about the Ash's arm thing when she summons Belias. And apparently TV tropes auto-defaulted to another Eden.
Okay.
And I'm like, I haven't been to the Another Eden TV tropes page in a long time. Do I have it bookmarked?
Are you mad, Vossler?
The answer to that is yes. Apparently I do.
Yeah, so Vossler was working with the Empire, which apparently everyone that isn't a regular party member is working with the Empire.
Gasp.
Turns out everyone's kind of an asshole.
The Empire will permit Lady Ash to reclaim her throne, and the kingdom of Dalmasca will be restored. Think on it.
I did not know that, Leogon.
You must admit, 'tis more than a fair
If a
exchange.
party member is being targeted by an enemy, they can't be swapped out. The name is colored red in the party menu, as you could see back during the Demon Wall fights. But if you target them with something while that's happening, they can be swapped out, which is interesting.
And his shall be the first to fall.
Well, at least your sword is to the point.
To think the relics of the Dynast King were day-affected Nethicite, Dr. Sid will be beside himself.
What did you say?
There's our Sid for the game.
Take them to
Very
Shiva.
important leader. I think we actually met him in a cutscene in one of the previous sessions. But again, then 8 months ago and all that.
Yeah, funnily enough, this is one of the games that actually has two
I want you to
Sids.
assess its power.
Does it?
Orders not specify that we return the stone for
Yeah,
testing?
one of them is like Al Cid though.
Oh, right, that. I keep forgetting about that because I don't consider that the Sid of the game.
Yeah, like he's not just regular Cid, he's Al Cid.
It's probably a good thing that they're going to do this test so far away from the rest of the fleet, because let me tell you, good things are not about to happen.
Oh yeah.
We're back on board the Leviathan, by the way. Fortunately, we don't actually have to do anything here. There's just sort of a mini-boss.
I believe Lars is the
Guess
king.
you could call it that.
Yeah.
We should trust him.
Who are you, Vossler, to talk of trust?
A son of Dalmasca.
Nah, dude, you fucked up. Oh, right, I forgot about this part.
We're using the ship's drive to make our assessment. Once we've connected the stone, the reaction should be easily
So
measured.
Fran, being a Viera, is very in tune with the working of the mist, and the Imperials trying to use the Dawn Shard causes her to go berserk. Literally, if you use her in the next fight, she has permanent berserk status, no matter what class she has.
The count still climbs.
Ah, we found it at last. True day-affected Nethicite. The power of the Dynast King in my hands. Blood alone does not an emperor make.
And instead of stopping, they continue.
Yep.
Something's wrong.
What is it?
You stand.
Bad idea, my dude.
Hold her down!
That man is dead.
What's wrong with her?
I always knew Fran didn't take well to being tied up.
Balthier just casually has his handcuffs off.
Let's get out of here.
No farther! Sky pirates.
And just also casually throwing in a comment about Fran being tied up as well.
Yeah, that too.
Why do this, Bosch? This struggle is
And now we have a boss fight.
Sort of.
I do know.
Like you said, if you can call it that.
All too well.
So like you can see here, Fran is permanently berserked and she's kind of tearing through the normal enemies.
Yep. And for Vossler, he has less health than the second demon wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he only has 9,318. The second demon wall has like 10,000 HP.
Fran being a black mage here. Oh, her berserk ran out, actually. Huh. I didn't even know that could happen. Alright, so they're just kind of in a permanent loop of casting Cure, so I'm going to throw a high potion. Oh, Fran still has the Aqua Gambit on too.
Yep.
Alright, Vossler, you can calm down now.
He's like just going crazy. I'm surprised that you're healing considering how little health he has, to be honest.
Alright, well, we got through the rest of that section faster than I thought we were going to. I don't actually have notes for anything beyond this point, so I'm pretty much winging it if I continue from here on, which of course I'm going to, because 2 hours is a bit too short.
Yeah, well, if you do need anything from the guide, I do have it up.
Right, yeah. What's next?
Let's see.
Do we go to Giza again?
Let's go.
Toward Osmone?
I believe this is where we go to Osmond.
Okay. Also, yes, Judge Geese is about to get nuked.
I know you
And
do.
Volsler as well, I'm pretty sure.
I would ne'er gainsay your loyalty.
There are also quite a number of side quest stuff.
Did I act too quick?
Is it anything worth doing?
Kitten's next question becomes available.
Okay, that I can do.
Serve her no more.
Getting the thief's cuffs.
Not worried about that.
Picking up Hunt and Rabinaster and starting the Rimsat Sandstorm investigation. Probably not worth it.
No. That I do want to show off, but I'm going to do that much later in the game because it's very high level.
If I recall, we can also go way, way off the beaten path and just go to like a completely different set of areas.
Mm-hmm. Also, yeah, those guys are dead. Those guys are super dead. This is probably bitrate hell once again.
Yep.
The mist. It manifests now.
Is that what you call this?
The party should definitely not have been able to escape that, but whatever. It's fine.
Yes, let's put a volatile object in our ship's engine and see what happens. Oh no, it blew up? Say it isn't so. I mean, it wouldn't have been too bad if they at least, like, okay, like, we see that it has a lot of power, let's stop it right now. Like, this probably could have been avoided.
And then we fly back into the cloud of the eruption to pick up the Dawn Shard, which is now inert, by the way. It got fucked up.
Leviathan is sunk. The 8th fleet of the Arcadian Imperial Army lost. As word of the events
So the entire set of events that we just did in order to get the Dawn Shard amounted to basically nothing, other than a lot of people
to
dying.
bring the various counter-imperial forces scattered throughout Ivalice together in unified resistance. By this time, Lady Ash had made her return
Oh
to
yeah, I
Alaska.
forgot about this
She had
stupid
not, however,
side
made
quest.
known her presence.
The Bujerban Madu.
Oh, right. Where you're basically finding a whole bunch of wine in Bujerba.
Yeah, 14 bottles and you gotta sell them to specific people.
Probably not going to show that one off.
In such circumstances,
Granted, you will be 14,000 gil richer.
Oh yeah, I'll certainly do that off screen, but I'm not going to do it like on screen for people to watch because it's not that interesting.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Can I advance the patient and the Esther Sand quest? Does it say anything about that?
Patient Desert? Yes, you can conclude that.
Okay, I don't know if I have the items to conclude it, but I can at least go advance it because I'm pretty sure I have those items. So I'll at least go there and like probably save before I do anything because I'm pretty sure you can make a wrong decision with that one. Arcades always reminded me of like a Ratchet and Clank world, like the Metropolis or whatever it was. Very much reminded me of that planet.
Yeah, because like it looks very futuristic compared to everything else in this game.
I mean, every nation has airships and stuff, but like Arcades is like the pinnacle of the technological advancements.
The loss of Leviathan and her fleet at such a time comes as a most grievous blow.
The Emperor sitting on, like, in the Senate like this is just like, how long do I have to listen to these guys? Can you all just shut up? I want to go.
Such perilous circumstance.
Lord Vane shall be made to answer for his actions. It is the will of the Senate. Excellency, though he be your son, justice must be served.
A convenient thing, justice. And so I must now make a choice.
If I remember correctly, where we're about to come up, it's the earliest that you can obtain the Zodiac Spear in the original.
I'm pretty sure you can get to the Necro Hall right now. It's not recommended,
yeah,
but you can go there.
Yeah.
It's like a level 60 or 70 area or something.
Something like that. And you gotta go through like a few different areas first to get there.
Yeah. It is a very long stretch of very high level areas, and the Zodiac Spear itself is like the heart of the level 70 or 80 area or something, with a whole bunch of enemies which will destroy you.
And who would set him at such tasks?
But you can make it. It's just a very tough thing to do. And I'm gonna be honest, a single weapon doesn't make that much a difference, unless it's like the Seitengrot. That one would definitely make a big difference, but the Zodiac Spear by itself, I don't think anyone needs a license to use it, right? Or do they still need it?
No, it does require a license.
Okay, yeah, then there's no point in going to get it either.
So long as the Senate watches over her, Arcadia's well-being...
Especially in this case, because only certain jobs can actually use the Zodiac Spear.
Right. I still kind of wish that was a thing that everyone could do, because that was kind of the whole point of it. But now I'm pretty sure it's only people who can already use lances and stuff. Of course, everyone else already has their, like, their ultimate weapons and whatnot. I always forget about this scene. I'm pretty sure that's an optional area. And this is a dream.
Yeah, that's Nabudis, if I remember correctly.
The Nebreus Deadlands, I think, is the name of the area in-game.
Yep.
Nebreus Deadlands and the Necro Hall of Nabudis are very important if you're planning to do a lot of espers, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe this is not a dream sequence. Maybe that actually happened. I'm not actually sure. Maybe Ash was dreaming and Vaughn was just kind of there in the dream.
So, it was the Dawn Shard that brought down the Imperial fleet.
You know your stuff.
Yeah, it seemed like she was zoned out, so.
Force. I've seen it once before. Lady Ash, you know of what I speak.
Also, I found exactly what I was looking for on TV tropes. The backlash of Ash summoning Belias causes her right arm to rot off from the elbow down in the manga.
Ah, okay. Yeah, the manga is very raw in a lot of the depictions of stuff that happened in this game. Do recommend it. It was actually a pretty fun read.
I might have to look it up now.
No wonder they invaded.
That ridiculous.
I mean, if we kind of like look at some of the stuff from the Kingdom Hearts manga, yeah, that's full of hilariousness.
It's kind of the opposite, you know, direction that they take it, you know, because that one's more of a gag manga that is still telling a somewhat serious story.
Most likely the midlight shard too. Besides,
the FF12 manga takes a serious story and doubles down.
We'll use the Dawn Shard to fight them. Dalmasca does not forget.
And then you got Sora's goofy face, Luke's sword with his weird, did I just get 1,000 years of pain face?
This Nethicite I hold must be my sword. I will avenge those who have died.
I don't think... Did they do a manga for KH3, or did they stop before that point?
Oh, that's a good question, actually.
I don't know that they ever did one for Birth by Sleep, either.
Do you even know how to use it?
Nope, there is definitely a manga.
The Gareth may know.
Published December 1st, 2020.
Oh, okay. I thought they had stopped before that point.
Lore is a part of their culture. They may hear it. The cry of the Nethicite's power. Whispers of the stone's menace.
Let's see, there's at least 2 volumes.
Dangerous though it be, what we need now is power. Should we declare Dalmasca free without the means
series is currently ongoing and being simultaneously released by Gangan Comics in Japan and Yen Press in English.
They live beyond Osman Plain.
Not exactly close.
Compensation, is that what you want?
Straight to the point, aren't we? I like that. Compensation. How about the ring?
This? Isn't there something else?
No one's forcing you.
Balthier is straight up an asshole.
Yep.
There is no getting around that fact.
I think it says story spoilers, but if I remember correctly, doesn't he give it back?
He does, yeah.
Okay. Yep, he actually even says, like, I'll give it back to you. So. Oh, right. Osmond playing home of the level 99 Red Chocobo.
I already have PTSD of Red Chocobos because of 14. Please don't.
What am I looking for? I guess... Well, you know...
Do you want to know something interesting?
Mm-hmm.
In IZJS, they buffed the Red Chocobo.
Oh, Jesus.
In this... They increased its strength.
The Gareth are said to dwell in Kirwan.
So they do.
Nat also fears the Red Chocobos.
It is the range now in Giza.
Yeah, level 99 Red Chocobo in this game. Not exactly the most fun enemy to fight.
But those same waters may also lay open new routes to us.
Regardless, we must go south, yes?
First things first. You're eager to be on your way, I know. But we should see that we're prepared before setting out.
I made my resolve 2 years ago. I swore to overcome any...
However, if you happen to find it and kill it, it is guaranteed to drop the ribbon accessory.
Which is really nice, actually, yeah.
And normally, enemies with the safety augment cannot be poached. Level 99 Red Chocobo can be. And when you poach it, it becomes a pebble. One of the most useless filler items in the game.
Yes. The pebble does nothing, as far as I know.
Also, in trial mode on the Zodiac versions, 3 are fought together on stage 93. Someone must really hate people.
So you said I can do the next Kitten's questions, right?
Yes.
do you have the correct answer for it?
Give me one moment. You're going for the rune blade, right?
Yes.
Okay. It'll never happen.
Yeah, again, you really have to be an asshole to her in basically every question in order to get the best thing. Which I feel bad about, but also, loot.
I mean, it's loot.
Okay. Mont Blanc have anything? Right, so he gives me something for defeating one of the demon walls. And for getting our first Esper. Right, I should unlock the second license board for everyone that I can.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mont Blanc, for reminding me about that. Good, everyone has at least 30 license points, so I can do that.
Nice. But now comes the question, which jobs are you going to go for?
Oh, okay, that's already a thing I have. Okay. Let's see. Well, I'm probably going to change this like multiple times throughout the playthrough, but for right now... Actually, do I have any of this? I don't think I have anyone selected as a white mage.
No you do not.
Oh, right, I can't choose that because I don't have anything unlocked nearby it. Oopsie. I can't actually choose a second class for Vaughn right now. I was wondering why I couldn't, like, click it. Let's see. Combine Bushi with either Monk or Knight. I already have a Knight, so I guess I'll combine it with Monk. Baltier and France are like in the middle of all the stuff they're already grabbing, and Vaughn's is like way off to the side. Kind of annoying.
Meanwhile, I just got an email for something Final Fantasy related. Apparently, I am invited to a War of the Visions Final Fantasy Brave Exvius X Honey and Butter event.
Okay.
Honey and Butter being a place near me, or in my city, that serves macarons.
Okay.
And they're going to have 2 voice actors plus the War of the Visions community manager at the event.
Neat.
That'll be next week, actually. And the community manager I actually did get to talk to when I had my interview. I was just going to say, I should go there and like have a couple of words that involve my fists in his face. I'm joking, obviously. I mean, he's a cool guy, so... Giveaway for first 100 guests? I wouldn't mind going for some free swag.
Yeah, definitely need someone as a white mage right now, because regular cure is not cutting it. I am probably going to change quite a lot of these. Like, probably in the next session or two. Just so I can show off people with different classes, because I recall, like, people being interested in that.
That reminds me, what's that 20, like, right next to the second job one?
Where is that?
Go into someone's license board.
Oh, that's Belias.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you never accepted it. Right.
Alright, Oh, wow. I can already get the license for the Whale Whisker, which is one of the best spears. Because things from his other class carry over.
Yep.
Nice. Very good that that was already active on the other board, because now I can get both of those swiftness things.
Good old fast attacking.
Yeah, I'm just going to grab a couple things here. Again, this is not really going to matter, because it's not going to get saved anyway. But it's just what I want to have for like what I'm doing for the next part. For the next little bit that I'm playing anyway. Want you to have raise so more people can have that. Protect and shell, I guess. Good to have.
Oh, especially protect and shell.
Oh, wow. Because I already had this battle lore selected on the other one, that quickening is already available. I don't have to actually get over to it. So I can actually get all 3 of her quickenings by going after, like, well, yeah, the other 2 quickenings. Oh, they were already available because of these things anyway, so that's actually a bit of a waste, unfortunately.
Yeah, you might as well just get the 75 to get the license behind it.
See, right now what I want to do is I want to unlock white magic stuff. That's right, I was looking for these. So she can get a bunch of the white magic spells. I don't actually have Cura unlocked. I haven't bought it. So I should probably do that before I leave Rabanastre.
I was about to say, like, maybe check the shops, because I think right now is when we can get new spells.
Yes, okay. I need to get over here to the teleport system. And I need you to take me to the Sand Sea. That's actually where I wanted to go. I was clicking too fast, but fortunately that's actually where I wanted to end up at. Because I'm pretty sure that the magic shop is in this area. Yep, it's right here.
I'm kind of curious, am I the only one that's weirded out that they started going, like, using magic with a K?
I think it's a little odd, but it's not too bad.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be buying these things, but whatever.
I mean, if your mage can use them.
So many Earthstones. Let's see, anything good in the bazaar? That's probably worth grabbing. That's cheaper than what it probably would be. Okay. But it's not better than what he already has anyway.
By the way, don't forget that Vaughn and Penel don't have accessories.
Oh, I don't really have that much to put on them, to be honest. Because I don't really have good accessories at the moment.
I mean, a little bit of max HP. Like, can't they use the...
Oh.
What was it? The Oricea?
Oh, Penelo actually has a few things she could equip.
Reduces EXP earned to 0. No.
I forgot I had the diamond armlet, to be honest. That's, that gives you really good rewards from certain things, certain chests in the game. which I got several of them by doing trial mode in between sessions, and you can steal them from one of the early enemies. So I stole a few of them and sold the extras. Okay, well, there's a whole lot of extra stuff that I could do, but instead of doing that, I'm just going to move on and do the extra stuff in my own time.
Alrighty.
Because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to Jahara, the homeland of the Garif, and probably stop there.
Alrighty.
For this session, because that seems like it'll be a good stopping point that kind of leads into what the next major part of the game is, I guess. Also, I really need to take that Aqua Gambit off of Fran.
Yeah, take off the useless wait, wrong series.
I do need to be careful because Thunder Elementals and I think Entites can actually spawn here during the rainy season.
I don't remember an Entite. I know Elemental. Oh no, there is. There is one.
Probably a pretty rare spawn if I had to guess.
Let's see. Giza Plains, Toma Hills area during the rainy season when a heavy rainstorm occurs.
I'm hoping that I'm correct in thinking that the tortoise enemy that I'm about to fight is weak to fire.
Is it one of the hunt ones or side quest ones?
No, it's just a regular tortoise.
Oh.
Also, Pinello as a red mage does not have access to fire. That's a little concerning.
Hmm.
And odd.
If I remember, red mages in this one are very weird.
See, Ash doesn't have fire, does she? I don't think she would. No, it doesn't look like it. She can use gravity, though, which might be good to use instead. So maybe I'll go with that.
Don't suppose you have any flame weapons?
Don't believe I do, no.
Hmm.
Oh, she can cast oil. That would be good if I'm throwing fire at it.
That's for sure.
This is a lot of trouble to go through for a normal enemy, by the way. Yes, it is actually weak to fire. Nice.
That is a great tortoise. And now it's a dead tortoise.
Now it sure is. So there is a secret thing that I can do here by knocking over some dead trees. I see an elemental over there. Please get the magic users out of the party. Fran, please no. Okay, good. Fran, leave. Leave my party. Please get out for a moment. Because I do not want to fuck with that right now. Anyway, yeah, I can knock over some dead trees and it'll open a path to an otherwise inaccessible area, which will have some higher level enemies and also an item that will unlock a side quest that I can do, which is one that I will probably show off when I'm actually at a point where I can fight some of those enemies.
Is it a ring in the rain?
No, it's the one that lets you talk to the cockatrices.
Oh.
The ring in the rain I could do right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Although I didn't pick up the hunt for it, so that is a problem with that at least. Let's see. None of these characters have healing. Did I buy Cura? Yeah, I did buy Cura. Wow, Cura costs so much MP.
Mm-hmm. That's the downside of it being AoE.
Yeah, and also stronger, but the more important thing is the AoE, I guess.
Oh, for sure.
Alright, so here's one of the dead trees that I can knock over. I think there's 5 in all. And I am pretty sure... I don't know if I get another chance to come back and do this, like, before the weather changes here again. Yeah, so that guy's got stuff going on. We're just gonna leave him alone, though. He's the client for the Ring in the Rain quest, and yeah, he's got problems. Let's see, I want to keep going south, so I guess I'll go around this way. Oh, there's a gator. They really like using this enemy model in a bunch of different games, because I've seen this exact enemy model in FF14 and also 13, I'm pretty sure. I know they reused a few things in 13 as well.
Yeah, they've reused a number of different enemy models for different games. Like, even Mobius Final Fantasy used a lot of the different bosses, or boss models, and even character models, too, for some of their boss fights, jobs, and all that. Like, it actually featured Belias, and it was the exact Belias from Zodiac Age.
Oh, okay.
Or Final Fantasy 12. They had Odin from Final Fantasy 13, including the music that played with him in Final Fantasy 13.
Okay, that's 3 out of the 5 trees. I don't think I'm going to get the rest, though, because I'm pretty sure this is the exit to the Osmond Plain right here.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's actually the Wester Sand, which I do not want to go to at the moment.
No, we do not.
I mean, I could. Not like anything bad would happen.
True. Actually, now that I mentioned Mobius, I remember that they did a couple of crossover events with like some of the other Final Fantasy games, 13, 7 Remake, and 10. The 10 one was interesting because you got to actually play as the summons.
Huh, okay.
And you know the laughing scene?
Mm-hmm.
They actually recreated it in Mobius.
Okay.
And it was meant to be cringy, like the original was.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where the fairy thing that follows you around was like, no, stop, please make it stop, and then just ended the cutscene. I gotta go find it now.
So, you talking about Mobius reminded me of something that happened earlier today. My mom was looking through Netflix for something to watch. And she found Morbius. And she paused on it like she was going to watch it. And I'm sitting here like, do I really have to explain to my mom why Morbius is not going to be a good thing to watch? No, I do not want to fight that. That thing is way tougher than me. Holy shit. Those enemies are a bit tougher than me as well, but I should be okay. Except another enemy popped up in the middle of it. I probably should be higher level than this, but I have spent not much time grinding in like the past couple areas because I was running past a lot of it. Which is why I do all my grinding off screen so that I don't have to do it on screen in these streams. To save you guys having to watch that kind of stuff. Like, I'll fight stuff as I'm going through the areas and whatnot, but sitting here grinding for a long time, I'm not gonna, like, you know, show off for like 10, 20 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, usually I'm a bit overpowered in terms of levels at this point, but that's because I always like to do the dustier leveling stuff.
See, I like to do, I like to fight the skeletons in the mines, the Lusu mines, because they drop fractured bones, which sell for a decent bit of gil. And so I do that more to get a whole bunch of money, and also get a bunch of XP and license points. And then I'm set for a pretty good while throughout the rest of the game.
Well, dustier leveling kind of has like a similar effect just because of the drops it has, and including the flame staff, which if you have a character with the license, that's a pretty powerful weapon. Otherwise, it's good gil fodder.
Right. I think dustier requires a lot more work to do, though, because isn't it like a rare spawn that you have to set up?
It's a rare spawn, and the setup is actually pretty easy. You just gotta be in critical HP, and you can instantly kill it with a Phoenix Down.
Ah, okay.
Because it's undead, so you just walk into the area, spawn it, then you just throw the Phoenix Down onto it. Yeah, you kill that chocobo.
Alright, my dude, not gonna mess with you. You go on about your way.
Yeah, I don't think you can actually fight it, because it's considered a targetable ally, if I remember correctly.
You can definitely attempt to fight him, and he will fight back. Because I have done it before.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. Fran, do you have a license for Cura? Yes, you do. Good. I need to set up a gambit for you too, then. Cure does not do it at this point.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
There's also 3 enemies here, and I have 2 of my weakest characters in terms of survival, which is not helping.
Yeah, that's definitely not good. But, oh yeah, going back to the dustier leveling thing, if you also like leave the zone before the EXP and the LP text pops up, and then you re-enter it, the enemy will respawn. So you'll still get the rewards. You just won't have to worry about making it respawn again.
Yeah, which would normally take a while to set up, because you gotta like go so far away and then come back.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna do the series of cutscenes that happen in Jahara here, and then we're gonna call it for this session.
Alrighty.
But that is gonna take a few minutes though, because there's a number of things that happen here.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'll say I really like the Garif. I think they're really cool.
They kind of remind me of... I forget what they're called in Metroid Prime 2.
The Luminoth?
Yes, them. Like they remind me similar to them, mixed with the Chozo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're very much... Yeah, that's a pretty good comparison, actually.
And this is the war chief, the guy that we encountered on the plains?
Supposedly. Like, it could have just been a random guy, and he just happened to see us while we were out. Because he says that even if you don't run into another Gareth out there.
Yeah. Just let my headcanon stick.
Vaughn explained a whole lot with a simple nod of his head, by the way. Okay, that time it looked like he actually may have spoke.
Wait, are you telling me that you don't communicate with just head nods?
No. Sometimes I gotta use words. Alright, since I'm not actually keeping this save file, doing anything else doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yes, I need to go speak to some of the elders. You're not one of the guys I need to talk to. Is there anyone else, or was it just those two?
Might be just them. Wander around talking to the Gareth labeled Village Elder until you are told to speak with High Chief Zagalu.
Oh, who I just found.
Yep.
I like how everyone's like, all of this knowledge is passed down through the lineage of the Gareth, but I don't know shit about it. Go talk to someone else. No explanation as to what the Jaya stick is, or what importance it has, by the way. Presumably important thing in their culture, but the game just gives us absolutely no knowledge of anything about it.
Yeah. It's like King Crimson, it just works. And there is the obligatory JoJo reference.
Yep, which I only vaguely understand because I don't watch JoJo.
Continue to request a meeting and find that it was not as difficult as everyone makes it seem.
This nethicite. You have used it.
It was not I who used it. Indeed, I had hoped you could show me how. Thus I've come.
You do not know the workings of the stone. Then we are no different.
What?
That's right. The Gareth don't actually know how to use it either.
In ages past, the gods made a gift of nethicite to my people. But the manner of its use eluded us. Displeased by our failure, the gods took back their stones.
Suddenly ghosts!
King.
I mean, we're past Spooktober. Why are we seeing ghosts?
King. He used the nethicite's power to bring peace to a troubled time. It is a curious thing. Though the
hey, that sword looks important.
Flow through your veins, you cannot wield nethicite.
Just don't stab us with it.
Cannot wield it. So then, am I to understand you can't tell me how to use the stone?
Though it shame me so to admit, here before me stands a descendant of the Dynast King himself, and I can accord her no help at all. Still, even if you knew how to use the nethicite, you would find it of small avail. The mist collected in the stone over ages past is lost, and with it, the stone's power.
Yep, so like I said, the Dusk Shard, or Dawn Shard rather, this is the Dawn Shard, is now useless. It does basically nothing.
This
Makes a good paperweight.
void of power, empty.
Yeah, just put it up on the mantle, and whenever someone asks, like, why do you have a rock? Just say, oh yeah, it's a Dawn Shard.
The power of man
No biggie.
and of magic, of good and of evil. It is often those who desire Nethicite whom the Nethicite itself desires.
Point of view, you're going to be our next party member.
Larsa?
For a little while. Larsa returns as a guest.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good time to get a lot of stuff done that might be kind of difficult to do once Larsa's in the party. Probably off screen, I'm going to go fight the other demon wall, like in between sessions. Once Larsa's in the party with me, I'm not going to like advance the story any past this point, but I am going to get Larsa in the party and then do some side questing stuff in between sessions.
You know the Marquis Ondor leads a group of insurgents.
Let's see. It's possible that the merchant right after this cutscene may have some new magic for you, including your first raw black magic of Fira.
Nice.
Or Fyra.
Would stare.
However you prefer to
They would
pronounce it.
aid the resistance and use this aid
I go
as a
back and
pretext
forth.
to declare
I really
war.
can't make up my mind on which way I want to pronounce that.
Have no choice but to answer.
So, like Square Enix and Titus/Titus.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that one got an official word, but they've also like been inconsistent anyway.
You may rightly wear your crown.
I know the voice actor had mentioned, like from Final Fantasy X, said that it was Titus, and that was the first time, or Kingdom Hearts was the first time that it was used, but then the second game says the other version, so it's like, so which one is it?
You would have me save them from war? Dalmasca would be the battlefield. What if Nethicite were used?
I think they might say it in Dissidia, which might be the more canonical way to say it, I guess.
Right, yeah.
Actually, speaking of Dissidia, I recently found some videos for Dissidia that involved model swapping. So they put in like different characters from other games. One of which was Mithra from Xenoblade 2.
Okay. Over who?
I think it was Warrior of Light.
Alright.
Like at the King's Tomb.
And I was quite a bit confused at that.
Uh-huh.
But why?
Like, okay, how the hell did they get that onto a frickin' PSP game?
Before, I didn't even know what you looked like.
I always saw this cutscene in particular as
I barely knew
they sort of wanted a romance subplot between Vaughn and Ash, so that Vaughn could be more like a main character than he actually is, but they never go anywhere with any of the romance.
Bosch told me about
Calling them subplots is really too generous for what this game is.
It really is.
There is no romance in this game.
But for what?
Other than between Ash and Razzler is dead.
Mm-hmm.
To protect something.
How can he protect anything when he's dead? Was it different for Prince Razzler?
I swear I remember reading that the Japanese version of the game in one of the ending cutscenes, Vaughn and Penelo kiss, but I'm pretty sure I got debated on that.
I never did anything about it.
Because that is definitely not the case.
I realized there was
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever heard of such a thing, so...
It made me feel hollow. Alone. And then I'd miss my brother. I'd say stuff like, I'm gonna be a sky pirate, or some other stupid thing. Just anything to keep my mind off it.
I think Revenant Wings has more of a romance undertone for Vaughn and Penelo, for sure.
I was running away.
Even if it still doesn't really confirm it, as far as I know.
I needed to get away from his death. That's why I followed you.
Sounds more like a Revenant Wings thing? Probably.
You know what? I'm through with it. I'm through.
And I haven't played Revenant Wings, so I don't really know anything about it.
I never completed it, because the final chapter is very hard.
Some reasons. If I stick with you, I think I will.
I wish I knew.
I'll find him.
And of course, trying to find that Dissidia video I mentioned, I went to go through the channel just to see, okay, do they have any other videos? Someone, of course, put Virgil from Devil May Cry over Sephiroth.
Uh-huh.
I'm not surprised at that. And then you have Inosuke from Demon Slayer versus Blackstar from Soul Eater.
Alright.
I had hoped you'd say
Replacing Zidane and Cecil, respectively.
My heart is not set. I still have questions. I
I
hope
wait,
to find
what is
answers
this
along
one?
the way.
I had other reason to invite you. There is someone I'd like you to meet, waiting on Bur Omises.
Who is that?
Gojo replacing Prish.
Enemy, and an ally
And
also. You will just have to wait and see for yourself.
some Kamen Rider replacing Cloud.
Alright.
That Larsa likes his secrets.
I see videos with JoJo characters. I think that's all that needs to be said.
Yeah, that's not really a big surprise. But I think we're coming up to the end of this session here, because I think this is all that happens in Jahara. Unless something happens right after this cutscene that I can't remember.
Let's see.
Why does the camera always have to do that? Like, I'm not going to complain, but
Once we're in Yacht, we
they sure did know what they were doing with Fran, though.
Don't get your hopes up.
I'm absolutely not complaining. It's just kind of a question that I want to ask.
Right up to Wraithel's tomb. Skystone that works. You know, Nethersight's behind it. Little wonder
They knew what they were doing.
They absolutely knew what they were doing. Yeah.
And what is it you're after?
That's all that can be said.
You're a welcome hand and a great aid, but why?
Let's see. After the scenes, you are given a recurve crossbow and a quiver of onion bolts.
Good.
Doubting my intentions.
You also get one free ride on the chocobos, but you can hold off on that, and recommended to do so. And
Apologies.
there is a merchant now available in Jahara, so that you can do any selling, buying, and all that.
To have an interest in the stone.
And that's really it.
Story unfolds. Any self-respecting leading man would do the same.
Unless you want to do hunts, but...
Yeah. Again, that's all stuff I'm going to be doing off-screen. Vaughn was kind of not on the bridge at the start of that scene, I'm pretty sure. It's really great getting this crossbow for free and not having any characters set up with a class that can use it, by the way. That's so fun.
I mean, you technically do with Ash.
Yeah, but like, I have definitely, in my previous run, I definitely had no one set up for that.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's going to be it for us. That's a pretty good session. Like I said, we got farther than I really expected us to, because I figured Belias and the following cutscenes was going to be the end of it. But that is it for Session 3 of Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age. Tune in, I'm going to say Monday, for Session number 2 of Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. And next Saturday, Axel's going to be back to do more randomizers. Do we have... anything picked out yet for what we're going to do next Saturday?
I am thinking we'll do La Mulana.
So that's going to be really fun, because apparently that randomizer can very often have seeds that can't be completed.
Actually, no, they're all very much completable, actually.
Oh, okay.
It's just that they're all pretty annoying at times, which I'll go over when we actually start playing it.
All right. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and we will see you guys next time.
Peace.